Patrick Muldoon open casket funeral, guest list and burial ceremony leaves Hollywood in silence. Something unusual is unfolding in Hollywood, and the name at the center of it all is Patrick Muldoon. Patrick Muldoon died on Sunday at the age of 57 following a heart attack. A private ceremony, an emotional farewell, and whispers of an open casket viewing have suddenly taken over social media. But what really happened behind closed doors is something only a few people are talking about. And this is where the story begins to feel like a scene from a movie. It all started quietly. No official announcement, no press conference, just a sudden wave of online posts claiming that a private memorial service had been arranged for Patrick Muldoon. At first, people ignored it, but within hours the claims started growing, becoming more detailed, more emotional, and more dramatic. By the next day, the internet was convinced something major had taken place. Reports circulating online described a private ceremony held in California, attended only by close family members and a select group of Hollywood friends. The location was said to be a quiet hillside chapel, far away from cameras and public attention. Security was reportedly tight, and entry was limited to those personally invited. And this is where things started to get even more intense. Because according to the viral claims, the ceremony included an open casket viewing. That single detail changed everything. Fans online reacted immediately. Old interviews resurfaced. Movie clips were reposted. Emotional messages flooded social media platforms as people tried to process what they believed was happening. Some users even began writing goodbye messages, treating it as if it were confirmed news. But behind the viral wave, there was still confusion, because nothing had been officially verified. No studio statement, no family confirmation, no media outlet reporting confirmed details. Yet the story continued spreading like wildfire. According to the circulating narrative, the guest list was said to include a mix of former co-stars, directors, and longtime friends from his television and film career. Names were being speculated online, though nothing was confirmed. The idea of Hollywood figures quietly arriving at a private ceremony only added to the emotional weight of the story. And this is where the internet took the story even further. Posts began describing the atmosphere of the supposed service in detail. Some claimed the room was silent, except for soft music playing in the background. Others described floral arrangements placed carefully around the casket. Some even said handwritten letters were placed beside him as part of a final tribute. But again, none of this was confirmed. Still, the emotional response continued to grow. Because whether true or not, people were reacting to the idea of farewell itself. Patrick Muldoon, known for his long entertainment career and familiar screen presence, has been part of pop culture for decades. His roles in television dramas and films created a steady connection with audiences who grew up watching him. And that emotional familiarity is exactly why this story spread so quickly. But as the rumors intensified, a second wave of discussion began online. Some users started questioning the source of the information. Others pointed out that no verified announcement had ever been made. A few began warning others that the entire situation could be based on misinformation or fabricated posts. And this is where the narrative splits into two worlds. One world believes something deeply emotional has taken place behind closed doors. The other insists it is a viral misunderstanding amplified by social media. Meanwhile, the funeral details continued to evolve online. Some posts claimed the burial would take place privately in a family-owned plot, away from public access. Others suggested the ceremony would end with a small gathering of close friends sharing personal memories. A few even described symbolic gestures said to represent his career and legacy. But again, all of it remains unverified. And yet the emotional impact online is very real. Fans have been sharing old scenes, interviews, and behind-the-scenes footage. Many are reflecting on what his career meant to them personally. Some describe watching his shows during childhood. Others recall specific performances that stayed with them for years. And that emotional connection is what continues to fuel the conversation. Because in moments like this, truth and emotion often blend together online. As the story spreads, more users are stepping back and asking the same question: how did this even start? Some trace it back to vague posts that mentioned a private Hollywood farewell. Others believe it began with misinterpreted content that was shared without context. But by the time it reached mainstream social platforms, the story had already transformed into something much larger. A full narrative had formed, even without confirmation. And that is what makes it so powerful, because it shows how quickly a story can evolve in the digital age. But amid all the speculation, one thing remains consistent: the lack of official confirmation from any reliable source. No verified reports support the claims of an open casket funeral, guest list, or burial ceremony. Still, the discussion continues. Some people are treating it as a tribute moment. Others are calling it misinformation. And many are simply waiting for clarity before believing anything. But beyond the confusion, there is something else happening too. A wave of nostalgia. Fans are revisiting Patrick Muldoon's past work, remembering the roles that made him recognizable in the entertainment world. Clips are being reshared not because of the rumors, but because of appreciation. And that may be the only grounded part of this entire situation. Because regardless of what is true or untrue, the reaction reveals something important about audience connection. People don't just follow celebrities for headlines. They follow memories, performances, and emotional moments tied to those performances. And when uncertainty appears, those memories resurface even stronger. As the online conversation continues, the story remains unresolved. No confirmation, no official statement, just speculation, emotion, and interpretation circulating through millions of screens. And that leaves one final question hanging in the air. How quickly can a story feel real online, even when nothing has been confirmed at all? For now, the answer remains uncertain. And the internet continues to watch, share, and debate, waiting for something solid to break through the noise.